Hi everybody, it's Angelique, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, stay a while, you will not regret it. If you like spiritual experience videos, if you like narcissistic videos, if you like zodiac videos, this is a channel for you. Next year, I am going to change this channel up a lot. It's going to become more of a spiritual experience and life experience, so to say, channel, and not just focus on narcissism. But I'm still going to keep my narcissistic videos up to help others who need that help in that area. But this channel is mostly going to turn into more of a spiritual conscious channel in 2022. So just enjoy the videos now, because it's gonna do a whole revamp probably around spring or summer of 2022. This channel name might even be changed, and the videos, the content is definitely going to be different. All right. So I noticed that people like the videos that I do on friendship, okay? And I can understand it, because everybody, no matter what age you are, we have issues with friends, right? We all have issues with friendships, and it sucks. And I'm one of those people who, since I was a kid, I always had issues with friendships. And I think it is because I was raised by a narcissist, had plenty of narcissists in my family, and I think that has a lot to do with how my brain got programmed, how my emotions got programmed, and how I viewed the world. And it wasn't until later on in life where I realized I was attracting a lot of energy vampires, narcissists, just plain straight old users, haters, people who just came to take from me, literally tried to steal my identity, try to be like me, And I'm still, even though I'm 38 years old, I'm still learning how to attract better friends, okay? Um, because still, when you're a healer and when you're someone who has a lot that people can take from, and I'm not talking about monetary, I'm talking about when you have a lot of spiritual light, when you got that swag, when you got that juice, you got so much to take, you have so much that people can learn from, you're going to attract people who are energy vampires and who are users. But there needs to be a time in our life where we're always going to attract negative people, but it's up to us that we even give them a chance to have that experience with us, right? So now I'm just slaying people and cutting people off, because I realize, you know what? This has been going on way too long. This person really isn't a friend. This person is just here to come and take, just to sit on the sideline and hate and watch because they admire me, whatever that might be. And yeah, so I'm someone who has been through it all right? But first, I have to promote my business on this channel. Some people hate that, but you have to understand there's big time YouTubers who they do advertisements, they have people paying them, okay? They're getting paid thousands of dollars. This is a very small channel, and how I make my profit is through donations and phone session bookings. You don't like it, you can just leave my channel, okay? You're still gonna watch a video for free, or you can just fast forward this part. But if you're looking for someone to talk to jumpstart your healing process from narcissistic abuse, you can book me. Check out my videos. You can hear my expertise. And so if you think you don't feel comfortable going to a psychiatrist or psychologist or another type of life coach, then I'm your girl. You have questions, you have confusion, I'm the person that you talk to. If you ever had a phone session booking with me and you were satisfied, please leave that in the comment section. Leave your review of me. If you didn't have a good experience, you can leave that as well in the comment section. But I've been doing this for 2 years, doing phone sessions. I have never had anyone ask me for a refund, no matter how crazy the conversation was. I'm basically technically that person that you can run to, you can talk to. And a lot of times when you're in a narcissistic, abusive situation, you can't trust your friends, you can't trust your neighbors, you can't trust, authorities, authority figures. You can't trust them because they're going to run back and tell that particular narcissist. So you can drop all that energy on me, and all that information will be in the comment section. You click on the link, you make the payment to book the phone session, and then you email me at neoang3000@yahoo.com and let me know that you left me a donation. Well, not a donation, but you booked, you paid your payment, and we talk about which day and time we will talk. If you love me and want me to continue to pump out content weekly, you can send me a love donation. I will greatly appreciate that. If you feel I've helped you in any kind of way, you can send me a love donation. No donation is too big or too small. I really, really appreciate it. All that information will be in the comment section as well. Okay, I have Zelle, I have Venmo, I have PayPal, I have Cash App. So there's no other excuses. Okay, all right, let's get into the video. I had to take a photo of what I wrote down in my notes is in my other phone. So if you see me looking down, that's the reason why I'm looking down. Okay. All right. So red flags in friendships. All right. Nobody has time to be dealing with the BS. Okay. Sometimes we just want to know, how can you tell when somebody they might be an issue in the future. So I wrote down all these red flags of things that happened to me and I noticed in people, and I might tell like a story of what happened with that situation so you can probably relate. Okay, I'm a person who, I'm gonna tell you something I went through so that you could be like, hold on, red flag, ding ding ding, or light bulb goes off in your head and you'd be like, oh damn, I went through that too. Maybe this person is a narcissist or a toxic person, or they're not gonna be a good friend, or I'm gonna have some problems with them in the near future. All right, so what I got here first? Dirty house and a dirty car. This is a red flag to me. I know some of y'all probably like, oh no, there's something wrong with me. I got a dirty house and a dirty car. Okay, listen. Everybody that I came across who had a dirty house, a dirty car, or even dirty, like hygienically, were they were issue. They were an issue. They were an issue. You have to understand that your house and your hygiene in your house and your car, and I'm talking about mess, I'm talking about filth. Okay, and I understand some people grew up in certain environments where having a dirty house, that was normal. Okay, I understand that, and sometimes you learn those behaviors. But now as you get older, you got to understand that when you see somebody whose house is dirty, they're hoarders, that is a symbolization of what's going on in their mind, in their spirit, and that's a red flag. Okay, so I used to be friends with this girl, and unfortunately she was a Gemini. Sorry, Geminis, I have so many issues with Gemini women. But anyway, so yeah, she was a Gemini, and I knew her since we were kids. And because my mom was friends with her mom, they used to work together, and we used to go to the same school. We used to actually live in the same block for a little bit. And I remember, see, as I'm talking, a laundry bag in the back of my video, right? Let me go look, just like get that out the view. I have to do laundry. But anyway, so this girl, yeah, we grew up together. Long story short, you need to know all the details, but it kind of pans into the story. And I remember I used to hate going to her house when I was a kid, but then again, I kind of liked going to her house as a kid. Her house was horrible. It was atrocious. I don't even think they had like a door. I remember they didn't even have like really like a door on like the bathroom. Okay, the bathroom didn't have a door on it. I think they had like a curtain, and the house was just very dark. I remember the house being dark and dirty. They had roaches. I remember she used to have like this sunken or sunroom, so to say. People call them sunken dens, or they call them sunrooms. And we used to go in there, and it was piled filled with like toys and garbage and old furniture, like just stacked up. And we would just go in there and like climb on it, like we were at like the dump somewhere. It was crazy. And I remember that. And as we got older, we started to hang out. I figured like, oh, maybe she outgrew that, and she maybe cleaned up. Maybe she didn't grow up to be a messy girl, and no. So sadly to say, like, she ended up having a kid with a guy that she ended up getting with, or whatever the case is. And then I heard through the grapevine that she had to leave her home because somebody called CPS on her. And it was because they went into the house and they found out there wasn't running water in the house, and she had a newborn. And the house was dirty and stuff like that. So I remember she had to end up moving in with her parents, with the guy and the brand new baby. And I remember she wasn't like, her parents had two bedrooms. So her parents had one room, and then her sister at the time was living with the parents. So sister had her own room, and then so she took over her mother's living room, her parents' living room. And when I went over there, I'm thinking, like, didn't she just get kicked out of their home? Like the city, I think the city ended up like taking over the home. It's a crazy story. I don't even know what happened with that when it came to the house, because her family actually owns the home. But anyway, so nobody's living in that house. The property is just literally sitting there. I guess they're paying the taxes on the house, but they're not. No one's living in the house. But anyway, so yeah, I went to the house, and it was just like the same living filth and dirt, and like rat packing, whatever how you say it. Pat rack. Yeah, like pat what is it? Pack rat? Yeah, like a person that like packs all these things together, and just like they have like a hoarder issue. Um yeah, they had it like all in like the living room, and I'm like, how, like, so where are the parents gonna sit? They want to like, chill in their living room. They shouldn't just have like a nice little day bed or like a crib or something like that. No, it was just like a mess. I had to like literally like clean off the couch just for me to sit to hold the baby. It was crazy. And yeah, through time, as like I became friends with her, there were times like we're walking down the street, and she would just literally be like this, and I'm like, girl, are you okay? Like, where are you? Like, this girl had like a heavy demonic possession on her, heavy um like mental issues. I don't know what was going on with her, delusion. She became jealous of me because her baby ended up loving me. I was good with her baby, and she cut me off. And a few years later, she tried to befriend me again, and I was just like, girl, no, no, holy water. But anyway, so that was my issue with somebody who was filthy. They end up having bringing drama into my life. She ended up having some severe like mental issues and delusions and stuff like that. And it's very sad. And I'm not saying like all these people who have like dirty homes. A lot of people, they went through a lot of severe things in their childhood. I'm not sure what this girl went through in her childhood. you know um I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with the parents. The parents, they seem a little weird, but I don't really know. I don't want to know. I'm not friends with this girl anymore. God bless her. I hope that she finds some type of healing one day. But anyway, I just realized like a lot of people who were off. I even was dating a guy once, and when I got to his house, he was a hoarder. And he told me like his mom was a hoarder, and he feels like he inherited that from her. But that also showed me like his emotional state, and he did have some emotional issues. And his car, and when we were dating, I'm like, let's go, we gotta clean your car out. So I was like bringing like positive energy into his life, as far as trying to get him in order. But when I think back to it, it's like, yeah, he has some serious, I'm not gonna say like he was like off, like he had mental illness, but he definitely was off mentally. and emotionally, and it eventually came out and it showed, and a lot of times people have horrific things happen to them, and something that triggers them into wanting to collect items. So watch the show Hoarders, because they have psychologists on there and they really break it down of why people are like that. He was very clean with his body and his teeth. He was like always brushing, and he was very clean. So I don't think, Angelique, you was messing with a dirty man. No, it was really, really odd. Like, his home wasn't clean, his car wasn't clean, but his body was extremely clean, which, trust me, I was nervous too. Like, when I walked in his house, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, why? Like, it kind of made me feel like comfortable and happy that he felt even comfortable to even bring me there. But at the same time, I was just like, yeah, you're gonna have to come to my house, because I can't sleep in like filth and I cannot. I just can't. Even me, like, I suffer sometimes from anxiety and depression, and there's days where my room gets disorganized, and I'll just jump up and I'm like, oh no, I start vacuuming and cleaning, and I feel so much better. Change your sheets, and you light your candle, you drink your wine, and you're just comfortable, and you can think better, you can manifest. So this is a red flag. Everybody who I came across, so there's some people who could be good people, but they're just filthy. But I'm not gonna hang out with a filthy person. And yeah, also hygiene too. That's gonna let you know, like, where their mind is, where their spirit is. So I noticed that a lot of people who were funky that I hung out with, they weren't raised right, so no one taught them like the proper hygiene. So if you are truly friends, and you can put them to the side and be like, look, your breath smells, go to the dentist. I have a friend and his breath stinks so bad, and it's sad, like, but he's a person that he doesn't like to hear the truth. Like, he gets embarrassed or whatever the case is. Like, I've told him before, like, go to the dentist or this, and you know what I'm saying, I'll try to tell him and he'll get angry. You can't be friends with people like that. They can't, accept what you're trying to help them out of love and not out of embarrassment. But yeah, I don't hang out with him that much. Like, I can't take that. I can't be around a grown man in his 40s. His breath is stinking, mad tartars on his teeth. He doesn't go to the dentist. It's like, it's just weird. And he talk about, like, I don't understand, like, to my oral sex and how he have going down on girls, and I'm like, wait, what? Girl, yo, y'all gonna end up with some yeast infections and UTIs and stuff and BV. Because how could you let somebody who has all this tartar, never goes to the dentist, like, like, my teeth are not white because I drink a lot of red wine, but I'm gonna get some strips. You gonna work it out. But I go to the dentist. I don't have tartar on my teeth. Like, my breath doesn't stink. Okay, I floss. Like, I do not play that. Okay, but you gotta be careful with these people. And a lot of times, I need to do a spiritual video about this. Sometimes people who smell is because their spirit, like, I can't explain it, but people who have dark spirits, they can be funky. So that's the red flag too. If you're around somebody and they funky, you know, even like the girls I hung out with in the past, and down there was strong, they were sleeping with a lot of men. So when you're sleeping with a lot of people, you're taking on those particular dark energies on those men. So be careful. Same thing with men. Okay, they can take on spirits from women. So be careful when you're hanging out with people who have dirty house, dirty car, and dirty bodies, stink breath. These people are dealing with some heavy demonic issues, spiritual issues, mental issues, trauma issues, and it may impact your relationship with them. All right, some people, they're nice, but they stink. But they have some serious issues there. Okay, it's true when they say cleanliness is next to godliness, but then again, they say there's some serial killers who are very anal and very clean too. So I've been around a lot of narcissists where their home is super clean, and I have another friend, she has mental illness and she's extremely clean, but it's in an OCD way. So pay attention to like the OCD way, okay? Even people who are super clean, it could mean that something happened to them in their past where they dealt with their parents, where they got beat a lot to clean. Because believe it or not, I grew up in a home like that. Like, I feel like if my mother saw like how my house is, she'd probably be rolling in her grave. I grew up in a home where it looked like a magazine. My narcissistic stepfather, we had 3 days where we had to clean. Him and my mom did not clean. So I grew up like in this picture perfect magazine home. We used to have two birds, and my mom, we would never even have the feathers. You know how like birds shed feathers? We weren't even allowed to let a feather like be on the carpet. Like we would have to keep with the little dust buster, keep um vacuuming up. So yes, he definitely had some issues and was very controlling, and he wanted things to always look perfect. He wasn't perfect inside, so he would enforce the perfection on his car, in his home. So yes, you have to watch out for people like that too, who like, oh my god, you put a coaster down and what are you doing, and like pay attention to people like that too, because they could be cuckoo. All right, I spent way too much time on that topic, but it's something that I think y'all need to watch out for. Oh, yes, aggressive and pushy when you first meet them. Be careful. Okay, every time I had like a female friend or a guy approach me and they're being too pushy, I'm talking about, perfect example. I used to be friends with this chick and we met at my old job, right? And I would come into work and she'll just be staring at me. And I'm like, what the hell is she staring at, right? And she would say, oh, she would say to me, we're going out this weekend. I'm like, girl, I'm grown, like I'm in my 30s. Keep in mind this girl was like in her early 20s, and I was like, who is this? I'm like 10 years older than this chick, and she's telling me, a grown woman. I just don't understand this generation, because even my friends who are like 50, I don't talk to them like I talk to my friends who are my age. Like I look at them like my big sis. It's a certain respect to your elders, even if they're 20 years or 30 years older. I'm still gonna give you that respect. We're still adults, but yeah, it was just weird. Every day she'll see me and be like, or whenever we had a shift together, because we didn't see each other every day, we just saw each other a couple of times a week. And she'll be like, you're so cool. I really want to be your friend. Can I take you out? I'm like, what? Like, I told you when I'm ready to hang out, I'll let you know, because I really don't like being friends with coworkers and stuff like that. So look out for people like that who are extremely, extremely pushy. Like, to me, it shows a lack of self-worth where you feel like you have to convince somebody, or you feel like just because somebody doesn't want to hang out with you that there's something wrong with you. Like, if I make an attempt to be friends with somebody, or I make a pass at a man or something like that, like I'm flirting with him or something, and you don't catch it and you don't make an effort, I'm gonna leave it alone, because I know my worth. Nobody, you're not supposed to chase anyone, okay? So watch out for that. And yeah, she ended up having some real like issues, some real self-esteem issues. And that was with everybody who was very pushy. Like, come on, Angie, can we hang out? Can we hang out? Can we hang out? Can we go here? Oh my, there's been people who literally like went and bought tickets, and they're like, oh, here, I bought us tickets and we're going. I'm like, whoa, 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 hold on. First of all, that's crossing boundaries. You do not know that person's life. I don't know you. You don't even have my phone number. What are you doing buying tickets? And it's not like I'm being controlling, but what if I have plans, and what, I have a life. You don't know if I'm married. You don't even know if I had kids. Like, people are very weird like that. It's always ended up being like they had self-esteem issues. They were desperate for a connection or friendship, or they were definitely energy vampires. So be very careful with people who are extremely pushy and aggressive and trying to be your friend or take you on dates. Like, relax. Things progress. Like, that fast stuff is no bueno. It's not good, okay? It never turns out good. Ooh, competitive with male attention. Yeah, this is definitely a red flag for us ladies. And I think this guys do this too. Sorry, I gotta take a sip of my drink. Um, Let me see. Yeah, don't take this lightly, but it is an issue when you're friends with somebody and they're always competing for that male attention, or you're out with them, you're hanging out with them, and they're always competing for that male attention. So perfect example, I used to be friends with this narcissistic chick, another Gemini. What's up with y'all Gemini women? Oh my god, this is terrible. And every guy I even sneezed on, she all of a sudden has some interest in him. So we would go, this was back when I was clubbing, we would go to the club and they'll be, say, like I say, oh, the doorman's cute. I tell you, I put my drink down, I'm looking, I'm like, where is she? And I turn around, the guy that I said is cute, the doorman, she's in his face like, and then she comes on, I got his number. And the other girls are like, that was weird, you know? Um, I used to do poetry, so she used to come to the poetry club with me. And poets like other poets. And there was one particular guy, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna holler at him. Like, we say that to our friends. Be like, you know what? I'm gonna holler at him. And I told her, I'm like, yeah, after the show, I'm gonna holler at him. Not really holler, but like, my way of hollering is going up to a guy and flirting and talking, having a conversation with him. That's my hollering. I don't go around asking guys for their numbers. Okay, I'm a Leo, so we know how to do it. Okay, we use our feminine energy. Anyway, so again, at the end of the show, I performed. That guy performed, and I'm outside waiting because she drove us there. So next thing I know, she's walking out of the poetry spot, like laughing with the guy. And I'm like, isn't that the same guy I said that I was gonna holler at after the show? She gets this guy's number, she sleeps with him, and then one day she's like, hey, you wanna go to a barbecue? And when she picks me up, who do you think is in the car? The same guy. The same guy is that I said I wanted to talk to is in the car. Look out for these Jezebel spirit types. Pay attention to this. This is not something, I know a lot of men, they don't really care, but they don't care until it's going to be really, really a woman that they like, or their wifey or somebody. Okay, it's disrespectful. I had a male friend, and I had two male friends I grew up with, and one of the male friends would do that. Even when the guy went away, he went away to the army. He had to go to Afghanistan. This particular guy, who we all grew up with him and we're all friends, he tried to sleep with his woman while he was in Afghanistan. So please stop. Don't take it lightly when this person is being competitive, or this person is always in the opposite sex phase, or same sex, or whatever you're into. And that's a red flag. This is somebody who does not have control over their lower half, okay, their lower self. um Punani and Dingaling rules their world, and that's somebody who has spiritual and mental issues. Don't take that lightly. When I see that now with women who are being extremely competitive when it comes to men, I don't mess with them anymore. That's a red flag. There's going to be issues in the future with them, definitely. That's somebody that you can never leave your man in a room with that woman. You can't. You cannot. You can't leave. You might not even be able to leave your son in a room with them, your brother, your father, your uncle. because they're gonna jump on them. Okay, the dude can be dirty, ugly, whatever, and because you are interested in them or they're connected to you, they're gonna try to approach them. Another red flag, um comparing what you have to what they have. You can't even mention a blessing around them. I have a friend. I don't even know we're gonna be friends anymore, but I have a friend that does this a lot. Okay, this is a this is a self-worth issue with this person. This is a self-esteem issue. This is somebody who is definitely jealous of you. Anyone who is always comparing, I mean, they compare everything. You're on the phone with them, and or you're in person with them, and you're like, oh my gosh, my mom died, and they're like, yeah, but my mom died years ago and I got through it. Like, they don't even allow you to express yourself and express your pain. They're always comparing their bad moments to your bad moments. um you know, you can't have anything. You know, this person doesn't want you to have anything. They don't want you to have more than what they have. Okay, and with this particular friend of mine, I actually pointed it out to her. Like, I was talking about myself. I was not talking about her. I was talking about me and something that I bought for myself. And she was just like, well, I ain't got it like that. And that, I was just like, huh? How does what I bought for myself because I deserve it, what does that have to do with you? You have to understand these people always trying to keep up with you. Like I said, I bought two wigs for my vacation, and then she was just like, well, I'm gonna go buy two wigs too. And I'm just like, okay. And what's creepy is that she not only went out and bought two wigs, she went out and bought the same wig that I have. So, you know, you got to watch out for this. These are people who are competing with you secretly, or not even secretly, it's out in the open, but you just don't want to believe it. Okay, they're competing with you, they're comparing themselves to you. Trust me, they do not want you to be blessed. They don't want you to have more than what they have. Okay. Also, this friend had owed me money, and she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get my hair done. I was like, how much is your hairstyle gonna cost? She was like, oh, $150 plus tip. I was like, how are you going to go get your hair done when you owe me over $100? She was like, oh no, no, I was just saying that I might do it. And I'm just like, what? These people, listen, they don't have respect for you. They see you as a threat, they see you as competition. You know, so just be wary of people like this who's always competing with you. I understand good competition is cool, but somebody who's comparing and competing in every area, you got to get rid of them. Okay. um oh, they never invite you around their friends and family. Okay, I think that this is a red flag, because if this person is like, oh, you're my bestie, but yet they seem close to their family, and I'm not saying, I understand some of us hate our families. Like, I don't even like my family. People don't even know that I even have a brother, okay, or a niece, okay. I get that, but I tell people that I'm like, the reason why you never meet my family, one, the one I live with is mentally ill. The relative I live with is mentally ill. Nobody needs to meet him because he's like antisocial. Then I have a brother. We're not close. I have a niece, and I don't really get to see her because that's my brother's child. So I let people know this, you know. So it's not like I'm hiding my family and the rest of my family is dead. My mother's dead. My father's dead. All my aunts and uncles are dead. My grandparents are dead. You know, like, who is there to meet? There's no one to meet. And any living relatives that I do have, they don't live in New York. So I tell people this, okay? So it's different when a lot of us had to part from narcissistic family, and usually our friends are supposed to be like our family, you know, but unfortunately some of us don't have many friends, right? So, but so I'm not talking about issues like that. I'm talking about people who, like, you see, like, they're on social media, they're always on family trips, they're always having like outings, but yet they don't ever invite you. that to me, that's like they don't really, there's something fake going on there. Or if you do finally meet their family and their family's looking at you like weird, crazy, whispering, they're talking shit about you. Like that's a red flag to me. Or you'll see like somehow you find out that they invited their other friends, but they didn't invite you. So I thought this was weird, and I experienced this, but me and the girl aren't friends anymore. And it was just so strange to me. Like I met her family before, but like whenever she had like gatherings and stuff like that, her other friends would be there, but she would never invite me. And I thought that was very strange. But say if I was doing something fun, she would feel some kind of way that I didn't invite her. And it's like, you never invite me to any of your family events. Like around the holidays, even though I don't celebrate holidays, it's very hard for me because both my parents are deceased. My dad was born on Thanksgiving. you know um my mom loved Thanksgiving, and my mom died on New Year's Eve. So the holidays are like a huge hit for me. And this girl knew that, and she would never invite me over for Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, or just like to say New Year's, none of that. But whenever I was doing something fun or I was planning a trip, like she invited herself to my Puerto Rico trip. It was just like, wait a minute, hold on, how come you feel like you have this access to me or should be invited to everything? You feel you're in your feelings that I went ahead and made a trip with my own friend, like you should be included, but you go on all these things and you never invite me. So watch out for people like that. One, they probably talking crap about you, or there's something about you that the family doesn't like for whatever reason, that they created that energy. Their friends could be jealous of their other friends could be jealous of your connection with them, or there's just something weird about this person. I'm sorry, it's always been a red flag to me. There used to be this girl who was jealous of me. We were friends, and she did the weirdest thing, guys. So she was a Scorpio, though. This girl was a Scorpio. Finally, the last girl, she was a Gemini too. Lord, what's up with y'all Gemini women and me? Leave me alone. Oh my gosh, holy water. Anyway, so this girl was a Scorpio, and we were friends, or I thought we were friends. And she hits me up, and she was like, "Hey, girl, can you drive with me to Long Island? Because I need you to help me pick out a dress. Like, you have great style. Can you help me pick out a dress?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So we get to this dress store. I pick out some dresses for her. And then I was like, "Oh, let me pick out a dress that I may want to come back for, whatever." Because I didn't have like an extra $100 on me that day to buy this dress, and that's how much the dress was. So I go and it was a purple dress. I'll never forget. It was a purple like bodycon dress, and I was way more summer back then. So I go in the dressing room and I try on this purple dress, and I was like, "Yes, I'm coming back for this dress. This dress is so beautiful." I was like, "Let me go see if they have any layaway, because I really want this dress. So do they have this online?" Do you know what this girl did? She was like, "You know what? That dress looks so good on you. I'm buying that dress." She bought the dress, guys. She buys the dress, and I'm like, "Where you gonna have your party at?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to the club party, in the city. I'm definitely gonna hit you up and let you know what club to meet me at." I look on Facebook. This girl went with other people and didn't invite me. She drove me from Queens, New York, all the way to Long Island. I think it was like Nassau County or something like that, or Suffolk County. Suffolk County, believe it or not, to help her pick out a dress. She doesn't even invite me. I think I ended up doing her hair too. Doesn't even invite me to the party. And I'm like, what was that about? Years later, she like blurted out. She was just like, "You always get the attention. That's why I don't invite you anywhere." Guys, I'm telling you, there are people out there who are extremely jealous of you. So be careful, that it's either negative energy or they're jealous of you. That never worked out for me when it was somebody who would never invite me places. And I understand you're not supposed to be included in everything because you can't mix friends. But after a while, when you feel like you're being used, you're gonna know. Let it go. Um, oh, this person is nosy, but they seem to never tell you anything. Okay, that's a huge red flag. Okay, guys. I fell for this plenty of times. It's so funny. I actually had to tell a friend the other day. She called me. She was like, "Hey, what's going on in your life?" I said, "Guess what? We're not gonna talk about my life." She was like, "Huh? What do you mean?" I said, "Yeah, we're not gonna talk about my life." I said, "We could talk about the virus that's out there. We can talk about your life. We can talk about what we want to do in the future." She got so quiet on the phone, guys. It was unbelievable. You gotta like think about it. Why do people call you? They called you. So that means they should have something to talk about. They should have something that's entertaining, right? So why are you calling me and you're trying to find out all these details about my life? It's been a couple of days, guys. I have not heard from her at all. So you gotta understand, a lot of people who are jealous of you, secretly jealous of you, they're calling to find out, what are your whereabouts? What are you doing next? So they can know what can they put out into the ethers. I hear people say nobody could ever take your blessing away from you. It's not that people could take away your blessings, because what's for you is what's for you. People can delay your blessings. Yes, they can. They can delay your blessings. So what if God wanted to give you a blessing, right? But you're hanging around. You're in a wrong relationship, but God want to give you a house, a car, a new job, but you're so stuck. You're like, no, I don't want to move there because then I can't be with this person, but that person's not right for you. Your blessing for a better job can be delayed. What if God want to give you $1 million, but He's waiting for you to cut off all these negative people because you're so giving, you're so loyal that when you win now $1 million, or He's going to give you that $1 million, that you would actually give your money out to these people who actually hate you. So a lot of times your blessings will be delayed by the negative people in your life. I don't care what you say, it has happened to me. Or sometimes God would allow a blessing to come through and then you lose it. Okay? You won't be able to keep that blessing up because you gave all your money out, or you gave all your opportunity out, or this person put you in a bad situation to lose that particular blessing. Okay? So yes, people, oh no, what's for me would be for me. Yeah, but it can be delayed. It sure can. Okay, sometimes them angels and God is waiting for you to clear it out. Clear it out. Okay. So yeah, people who just hit you up and they never seem to have nothing to talk about, or they avoid telling their business to you, or they'll tell you like their past, but they won't tell you like what's going on now. That's a red flag. But then again, I'm kind of like that too. Like, I don't tell people everything, you know what I'm saying? But I do think it's funny that people feel like they can call you and just interview you and find out, and then at the end of the conversation you go, wait a minute, they didn't tell me anything about what was going on in their life. That's weird. That's a red flag. That's somebody who is just sniffing around you. They're energy vampires. They're secretly jealous of you. That is weird. And I understand some zodiac signs can be a little bit more sheltered. But if they're not telling you anything, y'all are really not that close. Give them what they give you. Like, perfect example with Scorpios, and I'm a Scorpio moon, believe it or not. So I am, believe it or not, I have a whole channel that talks about all my business. But at the same time, people don't really know like all the details of what's going on now in my business. Yeah, I know a lot of things that happened like 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, but a lot of things going on in my life right now that y'all will have no idea. Okay. So you can be transparent but not tell all your damn business. Okay. Because with those information, people can speak curses against you. People can doubt you. A lot of things can happen when people have information about your life. You know that. Flying monkeys, all kind of stuff. Smear campaign can happen to you. So pick what you tell people, okay? And if they're not giving you the same amount that they're asking for from you, then nah, don't give them more than what they're giving you. Um, ooh, they use your insecurities against you. That's a huge red flag. So you tell somebody something and then they use that against you to hurt you. That's a red flag. That's not a friend. That's not a lover. So sad to say, a guy I was dating did this, and I was just like, whoa, I was really shocked that he even did this. So I call myself the popular loner, right? And that is because I feel like I'm actually extroverted and I'm outgoing, but then again, I'm a spiritual person. I'm an empath, and um I suffer from anxiety and sometimes depression, so that makes me like want to spend more time alone, more time with God, more time with my ancestors. Like that makes me want to retreat back, okay? So he is aware of this. He knows that most of the time when I meet people, they come to like just take from me spiritually. And I shared that with him. I was just like, yeah, I don't have that many friends, and most of the friends that I have, they don't live in New York. So I remember when I was going to Atlanta, he was like, where, how are you going to Atlanta? Like, who's in Atlanta? Like, he was just like, nah, there's gotta be some guy there because you don't have any friends. Like, no one, like, you don't even like people, and you're just like an empath, and like, just like coming at me crazy. And I'm just like, wait, what? I never told you I didn't have friends. I said I didn't have friends in New York, but I have friends like all over the United States. Like well, I don't take friends, but more like associates and people I grew up with. I know a lot of people, just put it that way. I know a shitload of people. And I don't have like bad connections with people because I don't backstab people. So I can go into probably any state in, the United States, and I probably know somebody, and we're like, hey, let's meet up for dinner, let's meet up for lunch. So he was just like, I'm not understanding, like, you don't have any friends, you don't have anybody, like, all you got is me. And I'm like, wait, what? So please look out for that. That's a huge red flag. Like, you tell somebody something in confidence, and they are using that against you to manipulate you, to make you feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about not having friends, really. It's unfortunate and it gets lonely at times, but it's not something I feel like ashamed of. It's like, no, I don't. I think the most powerful, strongest person is somebody who actually can survive without friends, because it's easy when you have people that you can chill with and laugh with and drink with and socialize with and have fun with, or whatever the case is. But a person who has fun by themselves, that's major. A person who could travel alone, a person who can go to the movies alone, or just do everything alone, live alone, and not try to kill themselves. You know what I'm trying to say? Or like go to a restaurant and sit alone and actually enjoy it. They don't gotta even get on their cell phone and just enjoy their own presence. To me, that person is more powerful. Like I really admire people who are single versus people who are married for many, many years. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that one is greater than the other, but somebody who can actually come into this world, live the whole life path alone, and then die alone. That's a powerful mother effer. That really is powerful. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion of it. And I feel I'm a powerful person. So anyway, he tried to use that against me, but he didn't know that that's a strength to me. He was just like, you ain't got nobody. Who you know in Atlanta? You don't know nobody in Atlanta. Then when he saw me posting pictures with people, he was just like, oh, you lied to me all this time. You're making me think like you're such a loner and you don't have anybody. You gotta understand, a lot of people, when they feel like you don't have anybody, that they can manipulate you, or like you're gonna be dependent on them. So that's like that guy on YouTube who was saying how he go after those teenage girls who don't have daddies and who don't have moms, or like they come from a broken home. These manipulators know what they're doing. So be very careful with that when people try to use information that you told them against them. Okay. This is why I don't be telling on my business. So you ain't got no ammo to shoot at me. Okay. Let me see. All right, so this is more like for a relationship where sexually you're not satisfied, but they don't give a damn. Okay, that's a huge red flag in a relationship. You know, this is why I wasn't like too pissed at what Jada Pinkett was saying. A lot of times when we love someone or we're attracted to them, I don't know why we think in our head like, oh yeah, he likes me, or he's so fine, he's got to know how to do it right. No, like you just met that person. How they supposed to know what you like sexually? You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I was dealing with a Scorpio. I was dealing with a Scorpio. That was a red flag. Like somebody who's really not into you, they don't like you. They're not gonna take their time to satisfy you. I kept complaining to this guy like, you're not sexually satisfying me. I don't like it when you do this. I don't like it when you do that. He did not change anything. He did not care. As long as he was getting his, that's all he cares about. And I'm sorry, you're not um just a toy. You're not a sex toy for somebody to use. So that's a red flag in a relationship when a person doesn't even want to like acknowledge they're not satisfying you. They don't love you, they don't care about you, and they don't want to satisfy you sexually. They don't care. They're just using you sexually to get off. Okay, so that's a huge red flag. Let me see what else. I'm trying to get this video only, down to an hour. Oh, they seemed embarrassed about you. Okay, they seemed embarrassed about you. So they seem embarrassed about your job or your looks. That's a huge red flag. I can't ever, like me being a big girl, I really can't ever remember a guy saying to me like he's embarrassed about my weight, but I'm pretty sure there might have been somebody who was, but they just didn't show it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know what that's about, when it comes to that, but there are going to be some guys out there who they don't want to be seen with you because they don't think they kind of feel like you don't fit the standard of what people think is pretty, okay? Or you're too big to them. You ain't too big for them to be pounding you in the bedroom, but they don't want their boys to know, or society to know that they're with an unattractive girl or a big girl or whatever the case is. Never settle for someone like that, because there's people out there who will hold your hand and walk down the street and be so happy to be seen with you. Never let anybody love you in private. I don't let anyone love me in private. That's why I need that passion, that attraction when I'm dating somebody. If you're not, if you don't think that I fit that standard of beauty for you, and I sense that, I'm not gonna F with you, and don't do it. There are friends who do this as well when it comes to higher education, whatever that might be, or when it comes to like where you might live, or what kind of job you do. You're with them, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm a hairstylist, and like, oh, she's a salon owner, and I'm like, I don't know, damn salon. You know what I'm saying? They try to hype your position up. That's a red flag. That person should not be ashamed of you. You should be able to be yourself. And you don't have to change your position or education status to impress anybody, or even your looks. Get rid of them. Okay, get rid of them. Let me see what else I got. Oh, this one got me hot. They belittle your hobbies, your religion, your beliefs, things that are important to you. Again, another Gemini girl. I don't know what. I'm gonna have to start interviewing people and be like, what's your zodiac? You a Gemini woman? Nope, we can't be friends. I'm sorry. Let me behave myself. But anyway, this chick, I collect crystals, okay? And, I was out with this particular girl, and I was crystal shopping. And it was like a festival, like a marketplace, so to say. and they had like different items. So she's looking at like shea butter and African cloths and stuff like that, and I'm looking at the crystals. So she was just like, "Oh, you and those rocks." And I said, "They're not rocks. They're called crystals." I said a plain rock and a crystal are completely different things, okay? Okay, whatever. You collecting these rocks. Very disrespectful. Don't let people disrespect things that are important to you. You know, a lot of you don't know I'm a spiritualist. I don't go by any type of title, whatever the case is, but there are certain things that I do. Rituals are just something that you do over and over again. So I do light candles, I do write in a journal, I do scripting, I do manifesting. So she was like, "Ugh, you and these prayers and these rituals, ugh, doesn't make any sense." Very disrespectful. The same way a person is spiritual, it's the same way somebody can be Jewish or Muslim. I dated a Muslim guy. I would never say to him, "Oh gosh, you have to pray again." You know, it's very highly disrespectful. People who belittle your beliefs, your habits, your hobbies, they gotta go. You can check them if you want to, but to me, that's somebody who does not have any respect for you. And a lot of times, the reason why they're like that, they don't believe in shit anyway. They don't have a core value. They don't have anything that they believe in, anything that they practice. They are trying to belittle your character and your beliefs and your standards. They don't have anything. There's nothing. They don't follow anything. They're just they're just living in the world. They have nothing that they look forward to. So they're pissed that you have an identity. They have no identity. So they try to belittle your identity. Okay. What else? What else I got here? Oh, they disappear when things are going well with you, but pop up when things are going bad. Listen, this is self-explanatory. You know, there are going to be people like this, and that's how you can wean out your haters. People who they call you, "Hey girl, what's up?" or "Hey man, what's up?" You know, "Dang man, you broke up with Shorty." "Oh, okay, man, that sucks." And then next thing you know, "Yeah man, but it's okay, I broke up with her, but I did buy a new BMW." "Oh word, that's what's up man, what series?" "Oh, okay, well man, I gotta go, all right, I hit you up later, I'm sorry you broke up with Shorty." And they disappear. You know, these people aren't your friends. These people are the type that want to see you doing bad in life, okay? And yeah, I noticed there are people who are like that, or they want to gravitate. They want to be around you when you have issues, okay? And I know a lot of people like that. "Hey girl, what's going on? You around?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going through something." "Well, let's link up. We gotta talk." But if you say, "Yeah, I'm doing great. God is good. I'm so good. I'm so blessed." "Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you blessed. Well, I'll talk to you soon, girl. You want to do brunch?" "No, I'm too busy. I can't meet up. But I'll let you know." But as soon as you hit them up and let them know your dog died, you can't pay your bills, your man left you, they all ears. That is a hater. Get rid of them. That's not a true friend. Um, they are punani and dingaling addicts. Let me tell you something. These type of people, you cannot trust them. You cannot trust people who put sex first before their own well-being. Okay, I was dealing with a chick, not dealing with a chick, but I was dealing with this girl. She was supposed to be my friend, and unfortunately I noticed like she never talked about her kid. She never talked about her child. She never talked about her goals. She never talked about things in the world. She always talked about men, sex. That was it. To me, that was a huge red flag. And the next thing I know, she tried to pull me in some drama with her baby daddy. Then she tried to pull me in some drama with her sugar daddy. Then she tried to pull me in some drama with her drug dealer boyfriend. It was a big mess with this girl. And that has been the whole experience with girls who put sex first. You got to understand, and it's not just girls, it's men too. These are the people who are going to kill you over the dick. These are the people who are going to kill you over the punani, okay? You can't trust these people. These people are going to pick negative lovers over you, okay? These are the type that they're going to be delusional and think you're jealous of their shitty man or woman. You're jealous because you're not out there being a whore. You're not out there sleeping with mad people, but they are. They think you're jealous of that. You don't even give a damn about their relationships or their sex life, but they're gonna think, yeah, he or she's jealous of me because I'm out here and I got this woman or that woman. These are people who are extremely insecure, so they have to have lots of sex. They have to feed those demons that need to be fed in their body. They have to be with the opposite sex or the same sex to feel value. And when they don't got a man or a woman, you know, these type of chicks, I'm out having dinner with them or I'm out hanging out and they on their phone like, oh my God, he didn't text me back. Oh, you can't even enjoy dinner with these people. You can't even enjoy a nice evening out, a girls' night. These are the chicks that y'all supposed to have a girls' weekend or a girls' night, and you know the clock hit 12. Well, I gotta go. My dick appointment outside. I gotta go. They are freaking fiends. They are fiends, okay? All they care about is dick. That's all they care about. This is not somebody who values friendship. This is not somebody who values himself. They always gotta be, they always gotta have some man all up in them. That's a problem. Always gotta be all up in a woman. That's an issue. This is somebody who will probably even kill you over some dick. People who put sex before their own well-being, their children, their job, that's an issue. So avoid these people at all costs. Let me see what else. I think I got everything. Hold on. Oh yeah. So they shut down completely when it's time to discuss something important, or they ghost you. This is huge. This is somebody who's emotionally they tapped out. They're emotionally unavailable. This is not somebody who you can have a long-term relationship with or friendship with. You know, those types that, and I'm not talking about arguing, okay? And you got to be able to discuss things. You can't go far in a relationship with somebody who completely shuts down. You know, I've dated men where I'm having a decent conversation with him. I'm not putting my hands on him. I'm not screaming in his face, and I'm just talking to him like how I'm talking to you guys, and he sits there, he's like this. Completely just shuts down, doesn't want to discuss what he did to me, doesn't want to discuss his past, his childhood, doesn't want to discuss anything. You can't be in a relationship or friendship with anyone like that. That's not mature. That's you talking to a wall. You talk. It's like a child. It's something a 5-year-old does. It shuts down. Like, I didn't do anything. I'm not talking. Leave me alone. And they're just sit. That's a child. You can't deal with people like that. That's not an adult. That's somebody that they got anger issues, they had horrible childhoods, something is off there mentally and spiritually. That's a red flag. You know, they avoid, oh, when you did something to them, they want to talk. But now when they've done something to you, they shut down. Yeah, that's an issue. You know, just like that chick I was friends with, you know, when she called me and tried to blame me, talking about, did you tell my baby father I had a man? And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? I never had a conversation with her man, her baby daddy, or whatever, whoever the hell he was. And I waited because she was going to get her hair done for me. I waited. I was like, you know what, I'll talk to you when I see you come to my house. When she came to my house, and I'm like, we need to talk. Don't you ever again blame me and put me in some drama with your baby father. Do you hear me? She shut down completely. She was just like, anyway, I was like, no, 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 no. Do you understand? Like, that would be the end of our friendship. I do not play with that. I don't allow people to bring me into their relationship drama. That is why I never come over to your house. And for you to think that I would tell your baby father something that you're doing outside of your home is making me feel like you think I'm jealous of you or I'm a bad person. I would try to sabotage where you are living. I don't give a about who you're, and I don't care about you and your baby father. Do you understand me? Don't do it again. Do not ever put me in any drama concerning a man. And she shut down. She didn't even apologize. So a lot of times you will confront these people, and I have confront people in the past and they shut down completely. But then when we got into an argument in Puerto Rico and I got quiet because there was nothing else to talk about, because I already warned her before, don't never put me in any drama because you're going to get cut off. So I didn't have anything to say. I'm on my vacation. There's nothing else to say to you. I'm not going to scream on you. I really wanted to kick her out, but I didn't. And the issue with that was she was like, I like to talk things out. And I'm like, you like to talk things out, but when you try to put me in that drama with your baby father, you had nothing to say. So this is a issue with people who they like to talk when it has something concerning with them. They got an issue with you, but as soon as that they violate you and they do something to you, all of a sudden they have nothing to say. These are very immature people, emotional immature people. They can go to therapy. You can try to work it out with these people if you want to, but for me, I tell people about themselves or I don't. I'll ghost them. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to keep telling you how you violated me. I'm not going to keep pointing out the areas that you need help in. So good luck to you. I hope these signs are something that you never see. I hope you never have to go through this. These are like the major ones that I deal with people out here, and it's sad because I'm 38 and I'm still dealing with people who are like this. And it doesn't matter what age you are. You could be a teenager, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and you can still be dealing with this. And I notice these things about people, and it's immature. And I'm not saying all these people are bad people. Oh yes, I have one last one. It says stair gazing. Stair gazing has always been a red flag for me, and it happens to a lot of people who have a lot of spiritual light. And there are actual people out there who have demons on them. You got to understand that you are like fresh meat to a demon, okay? You're fresh meat to a demon because you're filled with a lot of light. You're a good person. You're a fixer. You're an empath. You can restore light. You can restore energy quick. And so there's been times where I've actually met people, and I walked in a room and they literally, they were like doing something. Let me use my glass. They were doing something, and I actually seen this before. It was a woman. I met her at a party, and she was drinking, and then she looked up and she saw me and she was like this. And I was freaked out, guys. She froze into place. It was like a movie. And I've seen it before. Now I know what it is. Now I know when someone does that, it's almost like they see an angel has literally walked in a room. They're like, oh my gosh, fresh meat. This person has light. I've even seen a pastor. There's a famous pastor who died, and his son took over his church in Long Island. I'm not going to say his name. And he did that. I remember I walked into a church, his church, because a friend of mine at the time, she was a singer, so she had to sing. I think it was for the pastor's funeral, believe it or not, for his father's funeral. And when the church doors opened, she walked in first, and then I walked in, and then that particular pastor's son literally went like this. And it was so bad that the choir and the other singers turned to see what he was staring at. And he was almost in a trance when he saw me. And they were like, you okay? And he was like, oh yeah, I'm okay. And I was freaked out. She said she noticed it too. She was like, what the hell was that? And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to know. I knew what it was, but at the time I was just like figuring out like how demons and spirits work and how the spirit world works. So I really didn't want to acknowledge that I even had that type of light on me, and that's why I named myself the light. One of the reasons why I named myself the light. But anyway, towards the end of the rehearsal, he actually approached me and he was like, "Can I ask you something?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Who are you? Where are you from?" And I was like, Angie from Queens." He was just like, "Oh, okay. I just feel like I have to know you." And I'm like, "Well," and it was funny because I had a boyfriend at the time. I was like, "Well, I'm kind of on the phone with my boyfriend. Can I just talk to you later?" And he shook my hand. He was like, "All right, please come back. I have to know you. I have to know you." And I was really, really freaked out. So you have to understand that these demons see your light and you're beautiful to them. You have to understand that. And this is why they do rituals, okay? Is to take your light, all right? Y'all think money is the most powerful thing in this world, and it's not, okay? It's your soul. And that's why you got to protect your soul from these particular entities. And good luck to you out there. Be careful. Pay attention to people's eyes. Pay attention to the way people make you feel when you're around them. That is going to tell you who you should have in your life, who you should even have conversations with. Don't be hugging people and shaking everybody's hand. Please be careful out there, guys. I really, really want you to be. And these are just a couple of tips that can help you. And hopefully, you never have to come across these people. All right, peace and blessings. Don't forget to donate, and don't forget to book your phone sessions with me. Take care.